have an internet or a Wi-Fi and they video conference and they tweet and they Facebook, what would be the classroom of tomorrow? Before we even think of, I don't have an answer to that, by the way. Before we even think of that, let's understand why do we need a classroom for tomorrow? Because if at all we knew what classroom we need for tomorrow, we would have it today. Here we go. Are we teaching them? Yesterday, the Honorable Minister of HRD said that the way the economy of India and the world is moving, the way the technology is moving at an exponential rate, if our education system does not keep pace, we are all going to fall apart. And how true that is. The Delhi University Vice Chancellor said, if medicine has to make progress, it cannot make progress unless there is technology behind it. So if we are not going to have our future classrooms to be in place to equip our children to run that technology, we're going to die. The future classroom, therefore, has a need which is vital. Now, what is this future classroom? Is it a lot of technology? A lot of video conferencing, a lot of tweeting, a lot of webcamming? No. A future classroom has one of the aspects, that's the physical aspect. The other aspects are the changes in the viewpoints and best practices of the classroom. We'll see what is that. The changing nature of the learner and his profile. Changing role of the teacher. Assessment techniques which we discussed. There is not a single global assessment organization which says any other organization can take this and you know where the student is right now. And of course, what all of us have been discussing so far, the change in the physical classroom environment in terms of technology. We quickly run through what are the best practices and viewpoints which are going to change to make us evolve a future classroom. Connectivity amongst students globally. We just saw a video by the previous speaker. Role of a teacher as a facilitator. The sage on the stage will now be a guide by the side. The assessment of students which I just spoke. The concept of engage, transform, achieve, it's a very big buzzword in the education world now. Research-based training, which many curriculum, even the national curriculum of ICSE, CBSE, the IGCSE as well as the International Baccalaureate are following. Inquiry-based learning to make the learner an inquirer to do research and get back to the educator. Collaborative learning in terms of reflection, where a learner collaborates, researches and then reflects. And finally, the technological advancements which are happening around us, and all these logos and these boards around us who are standing like pillars to support us, to take them on and run. change in the learner's profile. The learner of today is wanting to inquire, he has questions, he or she is wanting to collaborate, reach out, has innumerable doubts over a small topic. What you see on the screen is a charter school, Philadelphia. These children are learning nothing much, but how sugar dissolves in water. That's the lesson plan. They are focusing on questions, they are recording observations, they are leading conferences and speaking, they are gathering that material and confirming the hypothesis. Do you know the age group of these students? They are just grade 2 students. I don't remember in grade 2 if I was ever taught the concepts of dissolving sugar in water. But believe you me, these grade 2 students, when they learn it this way, and when they land up as scientists in their own labs, it's going to go a long way. And that is what these learners want. And that is the way they learn, not the way we teach. Role of a teacher to a facilitator. A teacher today needs to learn to teach. We talk of lesson plans, we talk of slides, whether they are e-slides or handouts. We talk of a lesson plan which is dynamic in nature, a lesson plan which can be taught by n number of teachers if it is good. What we are talking of over here is that the lesson plan of the teacher for the day is actually decided by the learner who is going to learn. Because unless you do that, you will not ensure that you have connected and penetrated into the learner. Let's go and hear one of the educators, what he has to say.
I think it's time to round up now. One more minute.
Okay. I teach, therefore you learn. Or do you? This is a video about changing expectations of our pupils. Things have changed around us. We no longer live the way we used to. Yet, we tend to teach the way we have always taught. In fact, we often teach the way we were taught. The way we think about teaching and learning may be outdated. We may be stuck in our old ways. Although the old may feel safe and reliable, and even hold a certain romanticism, perhaps the new offers a better alternative. Consider this for a moment. This is Charles Dickens' handwriting when he was writing Nicholas Nickleby. If we ask our students to read Nicholas Nickleby today, they'll read it like this. So why do many of us still expect our students to produce their work like this?
I'll skip through a couple of slides and go to the last one here, because once we have understood what a learner and an educator needs to be, a future classroom has to be one which actually creates a synergy between all these things and evolves a classroom which has technology and the strategy to use that technology into knowledge and finally into wisdom. And the burning questions which come to us are how to break barriers for global collaboration, how to integrate children with special needs, and lastly, two burning questions which are, to give me a minute here. Two burning questions. One, how do we globally collaborate? Two, how do we have inclusive education for children with special needs and underprivileged children? Three, how do we use technology into our systems? And finally, how do we create a synergy between all four? With that, I rest my speech for today with these burning questions to be debated by all of us. Thank you.